They showed him the backhand of that car, but the Spirit revealed to him what was on the opposite side, so he was able to enter the club. All right? That go back to that mark inside your head. Going back to Ezekiel, the 9th chapter, the 4th verse. You want that mark. It said, mark the men that sigh and cry of the abominations thereof. Sigh and cry. Sigh and cry like we out here doing the word. Okay, hey, you know the Most High, and then you see two faggots walk by kissing. You be like, man, what the fuck? That's sighing and crying. Hey, that's what the Lord told me. Go ahead, dog.
Also, when you be accusing, why y'all out there cussing and why y'all, motherfucker, we tired of being in hell, man. Wisdom, what it say? Oppression make a wise man mad. We know the condition of the fight, man.
A wise man.
We understand that this so-called white man is trying to raise our children up to be homosexuals to destroy us, man.
Right.
You think we gonna like that, man? Well, the so-called white man, brother, he trying to molest our children.
Brother.
Yeah, he gonna.
But let's put it in the hands of the Lord. The Lord telling you who the wicked is. So guess what? We're gonna force all of this down your throat.
Yeah.
And guess what? To the point we're gonna force you to take this chip.
Yeah.
They just forcing everything. You want to know why? Even Revelation 12:12, Bible Kashar. This is why they're forcing it. Continue on to read that verse.
This is Revelation 14:11. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever. And they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth his mark of his name.
And that goes right back to whoever does not hearken unto this gospel, or who have hearkened and not just only being a listener, but a doer of the gospel. Because the Lord knows the reins of your heart. So you don't want to take this chip in that day. You want to pray to Yahweh Shai to guide you in the spirit, to put you in autopilot in the spirit. Because everyone thinks they have power when they can swipe their card. But when your card declines, when your dollar has no value, who you gonna turn to when you're hungry? Who you gonna turn to when you're thirsty? Who you gonna turn to when you want shelter? Who? You gonna trust in man? Come on, man.
God, this is Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them.
Right.
Woe to thee, woe to the inhabitants of the earth.
Woe means destruction, death to you people who don't hearken to the Lord. Go ahead.
And of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath.
Having great wrath, man. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. I haven't seen it either. But I envision it in my mind. What's the worst scenario, the most I could possibly put me in? Take me out of it. That's all I put in my, I'm thinking about that. What's the worst thing that can happen? Lord, save me from this. Because he knows your worst fear. So I'm asking him to save me from that and to save other brothers from that. Go ahead, up.
It says, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
And Esau, the Most High gonna allow Esau to have a field day on us. Matter of fact, go back to when you was in elementary school. You know what a field day was? The whole school that shut down. You out there getting your face painted all day, running around, drinking juice, eating cookies, playing with all your friends, all the parents out there. You out there running around in the sandbox. Esau gonna have fun on our ass. But hey, to the elect in the 1/3, you ain't gotta worry about that. But this is the time right now to get your shit together. Cause Esau know he got but a short time. That's why the elder always say they shaking in their boots, man. Go ahead, up.
Got a quick precept tying it with the missiles as well.
Come.
This is Revelation 19:20. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone.
Oh, that's your power. Call all you have about Shema Shai. Hey, and that goes to show you that when it says those 200 million missiles, that goes back to the angels, because it said brimstone. Now, during the time of Lot, there was no such thing as thermonuclear warheads, but did not the Lord rain fire and brimstone by the angels? The same thing with them thermonuclear warheads. Them nukes gonna know where they gonna hit at, because the angels gonna be guiding them. Because the same angels through the spirit and power Yahweh Shema Shai are the same angels that guided that fire and brimstone in Sodom and Gomorrah. And America is also gonna be an example, actually a post-example of Sodom and Gomorrah, because of all the wickedness that it has done, and also for them being the rebirth of Sodom and Egypt spiritually. Okay, you got more now?
If you want, I can read the last verse.
Well, read that one more time.
This is Revelation 19:20. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him.
Go ahead.
The false prophet, that's the Roman Catholic, man.
Yep.
You know?
Vatican City. With which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped his image.
Salaki, you said Vatican City, right? Me and his brother Khalakala used to work at Walmart. There was an Edomite. He said he was Jewish. He showed this brother in his hand that he got the mark in his sock, in his arm.
And
the
that
mark
was like
of the beast.
2013.
That was 2013. He said, yeah, man. He sounded like a leprechaun. He said everybody in the Vatican has to get this chip.
He already had it, bro.
He said he had the chip.
That was like 5 years ago. He showed me that shit, bro.
That brother, that's so beautiful. The spirit, the water. How about
He had a cut right.
He had a cut. It
right
showed
in
you
right in his elbow.
He said everybody in the Vatican
He said
has
how
to have it.
he said how else you expect me to leave the country?
All right.
They already got that shit, bro.
Spirit, read it one more
That's
time,
not new,
Papa
man.
Bishop.
And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet
The false prophet. Go ahead.
that wrought miracles before them.
Right here. Miracle.
That's a damn miracle.
Well, keep going, because I want to
Tracking everybody.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Hey, Shalak, we know we got 10 minutes. You know, we'll be here all night, brothers.
With which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped his image.
And then, hold on, Salaki. The point I wanted to make was that it said we know the false image, the false prophet is the Vatican. This man right here, it said they fooled them basically into getting the mark. He already got the mark, so that was prophecy being fulfilled when he told that brother Kanakala that. So I just want to bring that out. That's literally prophecy that was fulfilled. Go ahead, Doc.
These both were cast into a lake of fire, burning with brimstone.
God, so like what the brother's reading, basically, your judgment for taking that RFID chip, all right, is you gonna wind up swimming in the lake of fire, right? We know where the lake of fire is. It's America, right?
Well, the brother brought it out earlier, but in Revelation 14, it tells you that they shall drink of the same cup.
God. So, but nevertheless, when you go back into this here chip, man, one thing that's in this here chip is a tracking device, man. You get this damn chip, there's no way you gonna run from them damn missiles, man. Because, hey, they got smart missiles now. Your ass is grass once you get this damn chip. There's nothing you can do about it. And there's nowhere you can hide from this shit. Once they launch them off, the missiles gonna find you, man. That's going as twofold, man. The Lord said you take this chip, you gonna drink of that wrath. All right, so twofold, you get this tracking device in you, you can't run from them damn missiles.
I was just finna say that. You get that damn chip. Hey, I got a salute you on that one. You get that chip.
You can't run.
Hey man, you can't run from them nukes. You already marked. That's the mark. That's the mark. You get that chip, you already marked for a nuke. The Most High gonna destroy you with a nuke. But if you resist that chip and you take the spirit of Yahweh upon you, you'll get that mark of exemption. It's that simple, man. That's it. Go ahead,
Now, I was just going to say, you can get the mark and then start going out on the highways and byways and try to prophesy them. You still ain't going to make it.
Damn, are you working?
You still ain't going to make it, man. You got the mark. And don't try to pick it out your flesh because you already got it, man.
Accept it. Once you accept it.
Yeah, because it's a self-conscious thing, like the brother said, accepting it, because they're not going to sit you down and force it into your skin.
Right.
You have to self-consciously accept it.
Already,
like, you know, it's a mental
that's
thing.
Spiritual. So right now, as we speaking, everybody can subconsciously say within themselves whether or not you will or will not receive the mark of the beast. Because, hey man, when it comes down to that day, that's what's gonna matter the most. Like I always say, man, seek your own salvation with fear and trembling. But be ye followers of me of a Mashiach as I am of Paul.
Because I used to think the same thing.
Always,
you know, when
man.
I first came into the truth, to Elder Zahar, he answered it, you know, through the spirit. But I was like, damn, but what if they get you in the concentration camp, pull you down, and just slip one in you? He says it's gonna be like a self-conscious thing. Like you have to like accept it. Like I'm with this. Like you have to like pledge. You know, like
if you don't pledge with it,
you know.
you know what that goes back to? The Lord knows the reign of your heart. Because I thought about that before. What if they force you? Well, the Lord know that you didn't subconsciously want to take that. They forced that upon you. But will you still keep your faith? Will you still cry to me? Will you still? Because you want to know why I say this? Psalms 115:3. But our God is in the heaven. He'll do whatsoever he pleases. King David committed premeditated murder and adultery. Boldly. And then get put to death. That's mercy, man. So, hey, we want to share mercies of David. Let's say that does happen, man. Let's pray the Most High put the mercies of David upon us. Because we building up the house of Yahshua Dawadah. We want them sheer mercies. You want the powers, right? I want mercy before the power.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
I want
Let me get
salvation
mercy first, and then I think about the power later.
Right.
You know? That's what I want, man. Salvation. All right. Anybody got anything else through the Spirit? You know, it's a lot.
In the spirit.
Anybody else got anything else? Hey, well, you know, I want to close out on Galatians 5:5. That's my favorite. All through the Spirit, man. That's all we got right here. Hey, man, listen. It's gonna seem scary. It's gonna get real out here. Things are gonna get heated up. But guess what? You got Yahweh Shah with you, the Creator of heaven and earth, who is our God. Allahayanawa, Abanawa. You have to believe that you're never alone. All right? You have to believe you're never alone. Remember that. Even though the brothers may not be with you in that day, hey, hopefully you be with some brother. But if not, you're never alone. And you gotta always keep that mentality within yourself. All right? All right. We're gonna close out with this precept right here.
This is Galatians chapter 5, verse 5. For we through the Spirit wait for the hope and righteousness by faith.
Hey, so for we through the Spirit wait for the hope of righteousness by faith, man. So through the Spirit of Yahweh Shah in these words, we waiting for the hope, things that are not seen, of righteousness, which is the kingdom to come by what? Our faith. That's all we have. That's basically what this ministry consists of. All right? So with that being said, we want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakadosh.
Double on side of the apostles. Sing honor to all your sisters and brothers. Peace and blessings to the 1/3, to the confusion of faces. Like I always say, man, call me at Allah, the Waffle Ball, Shalom.
Shalom.